I'm only speaking to benevolent beings. So I really wasn't planning on doing any more recordings. I think in all of my prior recordings, I've talked about many different aspects of the targeting and tried to do my best to make light of the things that might be helpful to benevolent beings through their targeting. The reason that I'm doing this recording is I think I've kind of come up on something that I'm just going to mention, and then it would be for benevolent beings to possibly contemplate or think on this particular aspect of it and see if, they, number one, feel the ring of truth in it, feel it to be accurate, and then that way they can decide how they're going to move forward. So I think what's been going on, and this is just really as of recently, the way that they target, there are times when they target more than others, like really heavy targeting. Instances of where you really feel like they're trying to kill you, and it wouldn't be killing, it would be murder. So in those instances where you really feel like they're trying to murder you, what I'm proposing here is I think that there are times as of recently that they have been testing. And when I say testing, I mean shutting off the fence for very short periods of time to try and determine the effectiveness of the artificial frequency fence, meaning it's pumping out lies, cons, and deceit all the time. And it's been doing that for a very long time. So as they are trying to find ways to keep the masses from triggering universal law enforcement, I think that they have been testing for very short periods of time, shutting off the fence to seeing how well the mind control is working, to see how effective the lies, cons, and deceit that the fence is pumping out, how effective those are. And like, it's the same analogy that would be, you've, imagine someone that has been imprisoned for a very long time and tortured and traumatized for a very long time, and then all of a sudden you remove the jail, you remove whatever you've been keeping them in, or you remove the what's been being used to keep them trapped. And do they leave? Do they recognize that whatever they've been trapped in has been removed? Or do they continue to think that they are still trapped? Can you see what I'm saying? I think that they have been doing very short periods where they shut off the fence to see how well or how effective the mind control is, how if people are noticing that they shut off the fence. And in those moments, those of us that they've been forcibly targeting, in those moments, that's when they're trying to, basically, they're trying to murder you, or they're trying to get you to believe that they're trying to murder you, because those are the times that they shut off the fucking fence, and they don't want you to fucking realize it. So they come at you harder. So I hope that for any benevolent beings listening, I hope you can see what I'm trying to say there. I think that they have actually been shutting it off for brief moments to test. They're trying to test where everybody's at. Those who are targeted, specifically forcibly targeted, as well as the masses. They're trying to gauge how well the fence has been working. How effective is the mind control? So in those moments when they're coming at you really fucking hard, you need to stop and take a deep breath and realize they've shut off the fence. That is the time to be, if you have been moving things to universal laws, to once again be immediately moving all of them and their violations directly to universal laws for immediate correction. That's the time when you're screaming to the universe for assistance. That's the time you're reaching out to the universe for other benevolent beings to assist. So make use of that time when they're coming at you harder. I know it's difficult. It's a challenge to try and like ignore what they're doing to then try and assist yourself by like moving them and all of their violations immediately to universal laws for immediate correction. Or that's the time to be releasing all the forced harm, trauma, fear, and pain from the totality of your being. Just releasing it, or releasing it directly to universal laws for immediate correction. So it may, some of, any benevolent beings who are listening, sit with that, contemplate. I have just within the last few minutes come to that, I guess you call it a realization or some kind of a knowing. I'm still working with it. So it might, behoove you to sit with it and see what you can find out about it. Feel around with it. Feel what you find out about it. Because there's a lot of us fucking screaming on this planet, and we've been screaming for a long fucking time. And I know that they've been trying to find ways to keep universal laws from being immediately triggered. So I just thought that I would come on here to mention it. And maybe it's worth thinking about and contemplating and test it. Maybe you can find a way to test it. Like, as soon as they start coming at you really hard, stop and realize, did they shut off the fence? Right? Why are they coming at me this hard? What changed? What prompted them to do that? Right? There's a reason. So I think the reason is they shut off the fucking fence because they're testing. Or another thing is, in those moments where you like instantaneously feel like yourself, like you're feeling your own emotions, your own thoughts, you're feeling like you're yourself. You're feeling like yourself, like you're not being targeted in that moment, right? Those are the moments that they've probably shut off the fucking fence. And you're actually feeling the true organic energetic field. And you'll have to pay attention. Immediately after that, are they coming at you really fucking hard? Are they trying to act like they're trying to murder you right after? Okay, so that probably means that that they've shut off the fence and they're trying to test, and yet at the same time they're trying to obstruct, they're still trying to obstruct benevolent beings, the ones that they've been forcibly targeting, because we're the ones that are powerful enough to do something about it. What they're doing is they're testing the masses. So I would say those are the moments that you need to recognize and try to do what you can do. Excuse me, to be releasing all of the forced trauma, fear, pain, and harm that they've been forcing on you. If you've been moving things to universal laws, that's the time to be moving all of them and their violations again to universal laws for immediate correction. Okay, so I didn't want to make this too long. Hopefully I've been articulate, and hopefully that made sense. And maybe benevolent beings can, maybe some of you can spend, benevolent beings can spend some time thinking on it and see what you can feel about it. All right, stay strong. Till next time.